The buzz around WWE right now is heating up as we head toward Elimination Chamber 2026, set for February 28, where Jade Cargill's WrestleMania 42 opponent for the WWE Women's Championship will finally be revealed. Jade has been holding the title for over 100 days now, a milestone she recently passed after her first televised title defense against Jordynne Grace on the February 13th episode of SmackDown. In that match, Jade successfully retained the belt, marking a significant moment after months where her reign had drawn some criticism for lacking high-profile defenses on TV, though she had handled business at live events. Coming out of that feud with Jordynne Grace, Jade looks positioned to carry the championship into WrestleMania 42 and defend it once more on the grandest stage. As things stand, the path to her WrestleMania challenger seems tied directly to the Women's Elimination Chamber match, with Liv Morgan, the Royal Rumble winner, heavily rumored to be leaning toward challenging Stephanie Baker for the Women's World Championship, that leave the Elimination Chamber winner to step up against Jade for the WWE Women's title at Mania. So far, qualifiers have seen Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley, also spelled Rhea in some discussions, earn their spots, with more entrants like Alexa Bliss joining after her qualification win. Additional spots are still being filled through remaining qualifiers, setting up what could be a stacked and unpredictable chamber bout. One of the most talked-about possibilities is a rematch between Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany originally lost the title to Jade on November 1st, 2025, at Saturday night's main event, but the story around that victory has always carried an asterisk. Tiffany was dealing with an injury at the time, and many fans and observers felt she never got to defend the belt at full strength. Jade capitalized, but there was no immediate rematch granted, leaving that narrative dangling. Bringing it back at WrestleMania 42 could serve as perfect revenge fuel. Tiffany healthy, hungry, and out to prove she can reclaim what she sees as rightfully hers against a now-established champion in Jade. Both women are powerhouses in their own right, and a fully healthy clash would likely deliver high-impact action. The build-up last summer and fall saw them feud intensely from before SummerSlam through to November, spanning roughly 5 months of television time. While that history provides ready-made story threads, some fans express concern about potential fatigue. Revisiting the same rivalry so soon after it wrapped might feel repetitive to those craving fresh matchups for Jade at Mania. Still, the unfinished business angle is strong enough that WWE could easily lean into it if Tiffany emerges from the chamber victorious. Another intriguing option floating around is Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. On paper, this screams blockbuster, a true powerhouse showdown between two dominant forces in the women's division. Rhea's presence in the chamber already makes her a credible threat to win and earn the shot. The matchup would pit two athletes known for their strength, intensity, and ability to deliver physically imposing contests. It would feel fresh compared to recent programs, offering something new for Jade to conquer on the big stage. However, several hurdles make this less likely. Rhea is currently aligned with Raw, while Jade's title is the SmackDown brand's top prize, creating a brand split complication that isn't impossible but can be tricky to navigate without major storyline justification. More pressingly, Rhea is deeply involved in the tag team scene alongside Io Sky, sometimes referred to as EIO Sky in discussions, holding or pursuing tag titles. If that tandem heads into WrestleMania with gold around their waists, it's hard to see WWE committing Rhea to double duty on night 1 or 2, especially in a high-stakes singles world title match. The biggest roadblock, though, is Rhea's protected status. WWE has long viewed her as one of the untouchables, rarely willing to have her pinned or submitted cleanly, particularly in a way that could diminish her aura. For Jade to walk out of WrestleMania 42 still champion, as many expect, Rhea would almost certainly need to take the fall, something creative might hesitate to book. These factors combine to make Rhea versus Jade a dream match that feels more aspirational than probable right now. Then there's Charlotte Flair, a name that carries massive weight in any title picture. WWE teased this matchup almost immediately after Jade captured the championship last fall. Charlotte interrupted Jade's celebration on SmackDown, leading to a tense stare-down that planted the seeds for what many saw as an inevitable collision. No direct follow-up came at the time, but the moment lingered as a clear placeholder for bigger things. Charlotte versus Jade at WrestleMania would be a marquee encounter, two generational talents with contrasting styles, Charlotte's technical mastery and experience against Jade's raw power and athleticism. Charlotte remains a credible threat to any title holder, and her presence would elevate the match to must-see status. Importantly, Charlotte is established enough that a loss wouldn't hurt her long-term standing. Jade pinning or submitting the Queen will be a defining win, adding serious credibility to her reign and marking a milestone victory on the biggest stage. It's the kind of rub that could solidify Jade as a top star. The main drawback here revolves around Charlotte's current storyline with Alexa Bliss. The two have been building tension, with layers of history and potential betrayal or alliance angles in play. Committing Charlotte to Jade at Mania would likely shelve or delay whatever is brewing between her and Alexa, forcing Alexa's WrestleMania role to shift, perhaps to a supportive one ringside or something entirely different. That disruption to an ongoing narrative is a real consideration for creative, as they try to balance multiple women's stories without leaving anyone sidelined. Bianca Belair remains a wild card in all this speculation. A matchup with Jade would carry huge appeal, given their shared history in tag team competition and the natural contrast in their in-ring approaches. However, Bianca's recovery from injury has been shrouded in uncertainty. Reports indicate she's not expected to be cleared in time for WrestleMania, and her absence from recent qualifiers like the Chamber process further dims her chances. If she isn't even in contention for the Chamber spot, it's tough to see her suddenly inserted into the title picture without major rewrites. Fans would love to see it, but timing and health concerns make it improbable. The women's division as a whole continues to shine brightly, offering depth that keeps conversations lively. Jade's path forward ties into broader excitement around Elimination Chamber, where the winner earns that prized WrestleMania spot. Whether it's Tiffany seeking redemption, Charlotte delivering veteran star power, or someone unexpected emerging, the reveal on February 28 will set the tone for one of the most anticipated women's title matches of the year. Shifting gears to another hot topic, Nikki Bella recently stirred up plenty of discussion with a candid take on the state of WWE's divisions. In interviews and podcasts, Nikki praised both sides but didn't hold back, stating that the women's division is currently better than the men's. She highlighted the need for WWE to build more new stars, particularly on the men's side, pointing out how many of the top male names right now are in their 40s or approaching that age range. Nikki emphasized that the women's side boasts incredible depth, with rising megastars like Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton still in their 20s or just entering their 30s, fully established and carrying major momentum. Add in NXT call-ups and young talents in their 20s showing huge promise, plus veterans like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, AJ Lee, and the Bellas themselves still active and contributing, and you have a balanced ecosystem, youth, prime performers, and legends all coexisting. The women's tag team scene alone is stacked, with multiple viable teams and ongoing rivalries. In contrast, the men's division relies heavily on established names who are older, with fewer breakout young stars at the absolute top level right now. Talents like Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Obafemi, Jay Von Evans, and others represent exciting potential, but they haven't yet reached the megastar status of the women's equivalents in terms of consistent main event positioning. Nikki doubled down on her view even after some fan pushback, clarifying that she wasn't dismissing the men's talent. They're incredible, with standout performers like the emerging lucha stars she enjoys watching, but the overall depth and freshness tilt toward the women. One striking statistic she indirectly underscored is that the last time a male superstar under 30 held the WWE Championship was back in 2017 with Bray Wyatt. Over 9 years without a young champion in that spot speaks volumes about the generational shift needed. Nikki's comments ring true in many ways. The women's division feels like it's in a golden era, with opportunities, quality matches, and star power across age groups. The men's side has phenomenal in-ring work and stories, but the call for nurturing new faces to sustain long-term excitement is valid. It's not about one being inherently superior. It's about momentum, booking, and building for the future. Nikki wants to see the men's division catch up in creating that same level of young, dependable star power. These stories capture the current pulse of WWE, title intrigue on SmackDown, big-picture division debates, and anticipation for Elimination Chamber to shake things up. The answers are coming soon, and WrestleMania 42 is shaping up to be massive for the women in particular. What do you think will happen at the Chamber? Who should Jade face at Mania? Drop your takes below. Hit that like if this breakdown resonated, and subscribe with notifications on for more updates. Thanks for tuning in.